I don't love ads. I know you don't either. So I'm going to whisper this one in. If Comment Down has brought you even one moment of peace, there's a way to support it. It's true. Click Comment Down deeper. Daily encouragement. First listen access. Gentle meditations. And a few odd jokes that don't always make it into the final cut. If you'd like to be a part of that, head to commentdownpodcast.com. Click deeper. And if now is not a good time, it's okay. You still matter. Okay, on with the show. Few things sting more quietly than being misunderstood. Not the loud kind of hurt, not the obvious kind, just a pause where there should be recognition. A look that says, they didn't quite hear you, right? A reply that lands like 3 inches to the left of what you actually meant. And then suddenly you're alone in a room full of people who love you. I'm Chad Lawson, and let's comment down in 3, 2, 1. Have you ever felt this way? Well, here's what makes it so painful. Misunderstanding doesn't just miss your words, it misses you. Your story didn't land. Your heart was not seen. The thing you needed them to understand, the reason you spoke at all, slipped through, totally untouched, right? And when it happens with the people closest to you, the ones who are supposed to know, doesn't just hurt, it's bewildering even. Because you thought, of all people, surely they would get it, right? When we feel misunderstood, we don't just move on, we spiral inward. We replay the conversation. We rewrite what we said. We wonder if we're the problem, right? Did I say it wrong? Was I unclear? Am I too much? Am I not enough? And sometimes to avoid that ache, we start editing ourselves, right? Speaking less, hiding more, turning down the volume on who we really are, all just to avoid being misread again. But here's the cost, really. We lose ourselves in the process, right? No one will ever carry the fullness of your story. Not your partner, not your best friend, not even the people who've known you for decades, right? They can try, they can come close, but they will never fill the inside of your life the way that you do. And I know that's not what you want to hear. You want someone to finally see you completely. And maybe the ache comes from fighting this truth, from hoping for perfect understanding and an imperfect world. What if we stopped expecting it? Right? When you let go of needing to be fully understood, something unexpected happens. You start to notice the small moments. The fragment of you that did land, that one sentence that they actually heard, the flicker of recognition, right? Even if it was just brief. And when understanding doesn't come at all, you breathe. Place a hand on your own heart. And you remind yourself, this doesn't erase who I am. I still know my story. This does not erase who I am. Here, try this with me. Right now. Think of a moment when you felt deeply misunderstood. Now let yourself feel the weight of that. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe in slowly. Then say to yourself, I know my story. Exhale. Even if they don't, I do. I know my story. Even if they don't, I do. You see, your truth doesn't depend on someone else holding it. Did you hear that? You carry it. You always have. So sometimes the person who misunderstands you the most isn't someone else. It's you. When you dismiss your own feelings, when you tell yourself you shouldn't feel this way, when you override needs because they seem inconvenient or too much, self-misunderstanding is its own kind of loneliness. So part of the work is turning that same compassion inward, listening to yourself without judgment, believing your own experience, holding space for what's true, even when it is uncomfortable, because you deserve to be understood by yourself. At the very least, you do. And even though no one can hold your whole story, you still deserve people who try, people who lean in instead of pulling away, who ask instead of assuming, who make space for the parts of you that are the hardest to explain. They won't be perfect. They'll miss things too, but they'll remind you that being partly seen is still better than hiding altogether. Find those people. Keep them close. You know, the ache of being misunderstood is real, right? It touches something ancient and tender inside of you. But here's what I want you to know. No, misunderstanding can erase your truth. It can't. You know your heart. You carry your story. And the wholeness you're searching for, it's not found in someone else's recognition. It's found in your own. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind. And join me again as we calm it down. To find more episodes of Calm It Down, see where I may be appearing in your area, or just simply want to know where to send me some chocolate chip cookies, visit calmitdownpodcast.com. This podcast was written and produced by yours truly, Chad Lawson, composer, pianist, and nationally recognized Sweet Tooth. The views, expressions, and techniques in this episode are of my personal opinion and not intended, nor should they, serve as a substitute for medical advice or diagnosis rendered to you by your individual doctor or other healthcare provider. Only a licensed physician should evaluate your situation, provide a diagnosis, or render other medical advice to you, and you should only act upon the advice of this physician. Now, I'm an extreme empath by nature, but my profession is that of a composer and pianist, not a licensed therapist or physician. I hear from thousands of listeners how my music has helped them through various stages of emotional needs, and I simply want to offer this in future podcast episodes to aid those needs. So to find a list of licensed professionals in your area, please visit calmitdownpodcast.com. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review, or better yet, share it with a friend. While it takes less than 60 seconds to do, its impact will last for years to come, as every little bit helps in growing the awareness and the importance of mental and emotional health. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down.